But language restriction at home seemed controlling until it rewired your approach to challenges forever. In our household, two words were treated as if they contained magical powers of self-sabotage. I can't. My parents enacted what they called the language of possibility policy, a strict linguistic rule that banned these words from our vocabulary entirely. This wasn't a gentle suggestion or positive thinking exercise. It was enforced with the same consistency as rules about hitting or lying. Say, I can't do this math problem, and you'd be immediately corrected. My father would calmly interrupt, rephrase that without using can't. We'd have to restructure our statement into something like, I'm having difficulty with this math problem, or I haven't figured this out yet. What made this rule particularly challenging was its extension beyond abilities to preferences. I can't eat broccoli wasn't acceptable either. You had to say, I don't enjoy broccoli, or I haven't acquired a taste for broccoli yet. Even in moments of genuine struggle or frustration, the ban remained absolute. Tears while trying to ride a bike without training wheels didn't earn a language exemption. Through sobs, I still had to say, this is really difficult for me right now, rather than the simpler, I can't balance. My friends thought my parents were bizarrely strict language police. When they'd visit and unconsciously use the forbidden phrase, my parents would gently ask them to rephrase too. Many found it too uncomfortable and stopped coming over. The policy extended to my parents as well. I never heard either of them say, I can't about anything. Even with clearly impossible things, they'd say, that's not possible for me, rather than I can't do that. By high school, I developed an unusual linguistic pattern that teachers noticed. One writing instructor commented, you express challenges differently than other students, more precisely and without self-imposed limitations. In my first job, during a seemingly impossible project deadline, I caught myself automatically reframing the problem. We haven't found an approach that works within this time frame yet, instead of we can't meet this deadline. My team leader later asked how I maintained such consistent optimism. That's when I realized what my parents' strict language policy had actually done. It hadn't just changed my words, it had rewired my entire cognitive approach to obstacles. The linguistic restriction that once felt like arbitrary control had actually been sophisticated cognitive behavioral therapy in disguise. By changing the language of limitation, my parents weren't being controlling mix. They were systematically preventing the self-fulfilling prophecy that I can't often creates. Today, as I hear my own children begin to adopt can't in their vocabulary, I find myself continuing this linguistic tradition, not as a rule but as a gift that permanently altered how I approach life's challenges.